I don't think I'm a very violent person. I mean, I've had to like kick some people out of my bar before, and then I go pretty roadhouse on people. Think it's time for you gentlemen to leave. But I feel like I get along with most people. So I think about certain celebrities that just crawl under my skin, and that like if I saw in public, I might like throw banana peel Mario Kart style in front of them. And I'm thinking it would probably be Scott Baio. Like if I saw Scott Baio in public, I would absolutely trip him.
What's he been on? Like, I don't think I know this person.
Scott Baio was in Happy Days in like, God, the 70s.
Really?
Yeah. He was in Joni Loves Chachi. And he has been very politically outspoken in the past couple of years and says things that make him very trippable. Trippable is a very nice like way of saying that you dislike someone too, right?
Oh, that's a real word? You didn't just make that up?
Is it? Trippable? I think so. Punchable, trippable.
Oh, I see.
I would trip like a lot of people that I won't mention on the show just because I don't want to get too controversial. But I would definitely trip the My Pillow guy, and I would probably trip the Kardashians. And I want to know who you guys would trip in public.
I know for me, the one that comes to mind, mine is more fictional, but mine would be Emily from Friends. Just because, one, I cannot stand her and the way she treated Rachel. When Emily and Ross were together, I understand the situation that happened at the altar, but she was just way too rude that Ross could not see Rachel anymore once she moves to New York because they were literally all in the same friend group. And if my boyfriend or significant other ever told me that I couldn't see one of my best friends, I'd be like, sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Was this before or after the altar situation?
This was after because they were married and she moved back to London.
Yeah.
And she was like, they were calling each other on the phone. And she's like, I only have one rule for me to move to New York with you. And that is that you cannot see Rachel anymore.
I think I'm Team Emily on this one. Because if I was at the altar, my husband was like, I, Andrew, take you, Nicole. I'd be like, okay, well, you're never allowed to talk to Nicole ever again, obviously.
I don't know. It's just a lot. Because then it just makes it awkward. I don't know.
I would just go off on my own and find a better guy.
Obviously, Ross and Rachel always loved each other. On camera and off.
That's right. Saucy. Okay, Alex, who would you trip?
I would trip the Paul brothers. Yeah. They deserve it.
Like any Paul brother?
Or
like
both of them, yeah.
Jake and Logan?
Yeah, Jake and Logan. Those two.
Oh, so like if I just had a friend that was like Timothy Paul, you wouldn't just trip him if he was a brother?
I mean, is he related to these brothers?
No.
If you're listening to our podcast and your last name is Paul, Alex isn't going to trip you. There's only very specific ones.
You're safe. Actually, I was thinking about fictional characters too, and one fictional character would be characters would be the Waterfords from Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my gosh, I would completely kick their asses in public. Like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
They're the reason my blood pressure is rising when I'm watching that show.
The minute you think Serena Joy is like chill, maybe she's like learning, she just is like, nope. Granted, I'm behind on the show, so I don't know what she's up to now. But
oh, you should catch up. It's you'll probably feel very. I don't want to speak, but you'll probably be satisfied.
Okay.
At the end of this.
Okay. All right. Well, disclaimer: none of us want to trip any of you guys listening.
No.
Unless you're the people we just mentioned.
True.
If Scott Baio is listening, then watch out.
Coming in hot from the Valley of the Sun.
It's the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to another spectacular episode of the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. My name is Shauna, and I am joined by
Alex
and Nicole.
We are missing our dear Haley the Brave again this week, and we just want to say we love you, Haley. We miss you, and we will see you soon.
Can't wait to have you back.
Yes. Love. So what is the 411? What's going down? What are all the cool kids into this week?
Couldn't tell ya. I'm not a part of the cool kids club.
What are us nerdy lamos into this week? What did you guys pop or drop?
I'll go first because mine's short and sweet and simple. I haven't been watching much lately. I've just been watching my normal shows, aka The Bachelorette, and I would definitely pop it this week because Katie was just on her A game. She did not take anyone's crap, and she literally just said, if you're not here for the right reasons, get out. There's this one guy, his name is Thomas. He was one of her front runners, actually. And on one of the group dates, one of the guys brought it to her attention that Thomas had mentioned to the whole gang of guys that are there for her that his intentions when he first arrived was that he wanted to become the next bachelor. Ooh. And then he was like, well, I don't feel that way anymore. Like, I'm actually growing feelings for Katie, blah, blah, blah. And one of the guys brought it to Katie's attention on a group date that Thomas was not a part of. And she was like, okay, now I have to really think about this guy because I actually do have feelings for him. He was one of my front runners. I saw him going to Hometowns, which is the top 4 guys at the end of the season. So she had a really hard decision to make, but at the rose ceremony, she had one more rose left, her final rose of the night. And everyone was like, oh no, she's not going to give Thomas the rose, blah, blah, blah. The last name she calls is Thomas. Ooh. So he comes walking up to her while she's holding the rose. And as he gets 2 inches in front of her, she takes 2 steps back and says, Thomas, you know what? You came here and you lied straight to my face. Ooh. You made the house so blah, blah, blah. And for that reason, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Oh, and then she just kicked him out right away, and all the guys were like, jaws dropped to the floor. And I'm like, you go, Katie. Like
how I'm doing right now?
Yes. I was so proud of Katie. I'm obsessed with her as the Bachelorette. I think ABC finally did a good decision on their Bachelorette choice this year, and I'm here for it.
Good for her, man. Obviously, if you're there to be the next Bachelor, then what you're basically saying is, like, I'm not going to fall in love with you. I want a bunch of women. So,
that's exactly what Katie said. And she's like, for that reason, I'm saying no to you.
Good for her.
Yes.
Jeez, these dudes are like at it for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cat Dude still there?
Cat Dude, yes, he is.
I still stand Cat Dude.
Yes. He's a very good guy.
Cat Dude.
He, on one of the dates, they had to like fake propose to her, and he proposed to her, and he was like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Not like a genuine I love you, just like fake proposal, I love you. But she was like, in her testimonial, she was like, you know what, I'm going to take it as if it was a real I love you, and it was the first time he said he loved me, and I'm taking it for real. And I'm like, okay, Katie, you go.
That's so cringy, too, though. Like, how long have they known each other?
Right, like 2 weeks.
Oh, my God. Anybody listening, no, I'm not going to say it takes more than 2 weeks to fall in love with someone, because there's people out there who are like, I've been with my husband for, years, and we eloped, and we met real fast. But
true.
If there's 15 other people also falling in love with your wife at the same time, then I might question. I might question things.
True.
Did you watch anything else? What'd you watch, Alex?
I watched a few things and I listened to a couple things. But Fatherhood, it's on Netflix. It stars Kevin Hart. And at first I thought this was going to be like a funny Kevin Hart movie, especially because the trailer just felt very, very happy, very funny. But I mean, there are funny moments in it, but this one, it's Kevin Hart in pretty much a whole new light. And yeah, it's a little more serious. In the beginning of the movie, he's like going through like the grief of like losing his wife while she was giving birth or right after. And pretty much now has to take care of his daughter. And it's very sweet. I think he put a lot of himself, Kevin Hart, into this role. So you can really see like his emotions in here. So it was different to see for someone like Kevin Hart.
Yeah, in a more serious role.
Yeah, Kevin Hart's been trying to get into more serious roles for a while. And like that movie, The Upside, he did with Bryan Cranston, I think it was kind of like one of those things. But yeah, I would pop it for this one. Recommend it.
Nice.
And especially if you want to see Kevin Hart doing something that's not Kevin Hart.
Yeah, for sure.
This was cool to like see him do. Speaking of comedians, I was also starting to watch Dave. Season 2 came out.
Oh, I've heard Dave is so funny. I just
It's
haven't
funny.
gotten around
It's funny.
to it.
It's pretty bizarre. It's over the top. It's Dave. It's based off of it's Little Dicky. If you recognize the rapper, he's like this comedic rapper, and he wants to be known for more than that. And so that's pretty much what the plot of Dave is.
My brother-in-law keeps trying to convince us to watch it, and he showed us like the final episode of last season where Dave gets arrested for like showing his penis at a concert. So absurd, but I'm gonna have to give it a try.
It's pretty absurd. Yeah.
So would you pop it though?
I'll pop it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pop it.
Nice.
So I like the first season, and the first couple episodes I watched in this new season, they're pretty funny. There's also Manifest. Have we talked about Manifest? I don't know if we talked about Manifest.
I don't know.
But Manifest, I think it was originally on NBC, and now it's on Netflix. I don't know if they're going to be making any more. I think there are 3 seasons, and I like the concept of it. It's like these people that are like in a plane that got taken off of their original flight and like brought to the second flight. Their like family members were like separated and everything and or whatever, and then the plane like goes up and to the storm and then disappears, and then 5 years later.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
is it good?
I like it so far. I was watching it with Bree, and she kind of mentions like it reminded her like of a Lifetime series.
Yeah,
it kind of gave me that kind of feeling, but I think the concept of it, because I love things about time travel, kind of like kept me to it. It's pretty cool because then after they come back, the passengers are like connected through some weird kind of energy, like they're like hearing and seeing, or at least like feeling similar thoughts and things. It keeps you wondering like, why is this even happening? Like, how can like a plane just like disappear for like 5 years and then come back and everybody looks the same while the rest of the world has like aged?
That sounds interesting. That reminds me of like the blip or the snap in the MCU. It's like everyone's gone for 5 years, and then when they come back, like people have moved on and some people have aged, and it's just like trying to pick your life up. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. There's also some new music out there too that I recently came across. New music by Modest Mouse, Doja Cat, Tyler the Creator, Raul Alejandro, and Logic. And I mentioned Raul Alejandro because I listen to like Latin trap, and I was surprised when I played his new album, thinking that it was going to be like, Spanish hip hop. And are some tracks that are like reggaeton, but this was like very dancey, very funky, like something like totally new, like very like global, international. I feel like if you were to play this, Raul, it's RAUW, like Raul, but with a W. I think, especially that first track, I feel like you guys would be like, popping shoulders, locking
and dropping.
Yeah, but and Modest Mouse, I've mentioned them because I grew up liking them. Yeah, and they have a new album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. I didn't watch much that was new this week. I always watch my same shows week to week, which are My Hero Academia. I watch, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but every week I watch Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Which I absolutely pop. It's just so freaking hilarious, but you learn so much at the same time. He just provides so much like evidence and so much commentary on these different topics every week, and he does it in such a funny way. So I definitely pop Last Week Tonight with John Oliver every single week.
Does he do these live?
He doesn't do it live. It comes out every Sunday evening on HBO Max, and I'm not sure what time it drops. Usually we stay up and we watch it, but it's always just something that he's done a deep dive into. He talks about everything that was like happening. A lot of it is political, but just world news that happened during the week. And then he always has like a main topic that takes up the last chunk of the show. It's really funny, really interesting. So I love you, John Oliver. The only thing I watched this week that was new, and it's definitely not new, but it was new to me. I finally watched the Venom movie from like 2018 with Tom Hardy because I saw that they have a sequel coming out, the Let There Be Carnage. And so I figured, okay, we'll give this a little whirl. It is a Marvel movie, but it's a Marvel. It's not an MCU movie. It's like a Fox Marvel movie. So
Sony Pictures. I think.
There you go. Yeah, actually, I think it might be Sony. So it's not. It's never going to be as good as an MCU movie, right? I lukewarm it. I'm gonna hot potato it a little bit.
Okay, because I'm wondering whether because it's not necessarily attached to the MCU, if that kind of
Taints it.
Yeah.
I don't know because like the Deadpool movies are not attached to the MCU either, and those are amazing. I freaking love those movies. They're hilarious. I think that this movie would have done better, the Venom movie, if it was rated R. Like, I think that it just could have been a little more violent than it was. It's like they always kind of skirted the line. Like, oh, Venom eats people's heads, but they don't really show it. They just kind of show like, you just ate that guy's head. And I'm like, did he? They cut away. I don't know. And, they get like that one F-bomb, but it just kind of felt like it skirted the line a little bit. It wasn't bad. My husband hated it, but I thought it was better than I thought. So I'm going to hot potato it. My husband dropped it. We'll see how Carnage goes. But yeah, that's the only thing new I watched this week. I've just been watching my go-tos, but yeah. So what is the news this week, guys? What's been going down in the world? The world of pop culture, anyway.
Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, and Lisa Kudrow were all guests on Sirius XM's The Howard Stern Show. And Jennifer Aniston actually came out and said that a particular male actor who appeared on the sitcom had lots of attitude while he was on set. Ooh. He made a comment because the producers were like going through lines and stuff, and they started laughing at one of the lines that were said. And this male actor said that the line wasn't even funny. Why are they laughing at their own joke? That's stupid.
Oh, wow.
And Jennifer Aniston was like, okay, I don't like your attitude. What are you even doing here?
I wonder who it was.
Fisher Stevens admits to being the rude guest star on Friends. And if you don't remember who he played the psychiatrist boyfriend that Phoebe dated, who was the one who always was analyzing the other guest stars, or the characters, I should say, Roger. He always analyzed, and he said, oh, Chandler, you're the guy that likes to be funny in awkward situations. He was that guy.
So he was a rude character and rude in real life.
Yes. He played his character well, I guess.
Interesting. I think that the main news topic of pop culture, like honestly, the past 2 weeks has been Britney Spears. So, yeah, I definitely want to talk Britney. Okay, so she addressed the court for the first time in recent years 2 weeks ago or so, and basically confirmed what everybody in the Free Britney movement has been saying all along, that she just wants her life back and that this conservatorship has been just super damaging to her. She said that she has like an IUD inside of her that she's not allowed to have removed. She's not allowed to reproduce. Mm-hmm. Like she has to get her dad's permission to like repaint her cabinets. Like basically he has control over every single aspect of her life. She said she wants changes. She wants changes going forward. I just want my life back. All I want is to own my money and for my boyfriend to be able to drive me in his car. I want to sue my family.
So how does one become, like, how does one get under conservatorship?
13 years ago, Britney was put under conservatorship because she had a very public mental breakdown, I want to say. I don't know if that would be the appropriate term or like medically what actually happened to her, but she was obviously struggling with some mental health problems. She's in the spotlight, so everybody was seeing it. She had spent some evenings in some psychiatric wards and things, and so her dad ended up taking over the like financial portion of her life, but it's come out that he basically took over like every portion of her life, like forcing her to perform. Mm-hmm. And basically she's saying like, I mean, she equated it to being sex trafficked. Like, I'm being used for my body to perform and I don't want to. And like, I don't have any control over my own life. I'm being watched 24/7. A lot of people have started coming for her sister, Jamie Lynn.
Oh yeah, because where is she in all this?
Basically, Jamie Lynn has not like spoken up for her sister at all over the past couple of years. She doesn't participate in any of the free Britney stuff. She keeps her mouth completely shut about it. And when Britney was speaking out to the court, she was saying like, everyone in my family has completely like turned against me on it or is in control of my life. I'm pretty sure that Jamie Lynn was named in some documents is like, if Britney ever passes, then Jamie Lynn gets a lot of the estate and stuff too. So she's part of all this paperwork in the conservatorship too. And then she posted on Instagram the 27th, I want to say, and basically was like, I love and support my sister. Everyone needs to back off. I've never done anything but love her. Nicole, do you watch it too?
Yeah, it's more so just like kind of the evidence that was saying that she was being controlled. So there's one video going around the internet where she comes out on stage during her performance and she's like, guys, like, I'm so sick today. I have 104 fever and they're forcing me to perform.
Oh my God.
And you could just tell that she's ill and she definitely does not want to be there. 2, she has a TikTok or just her Instagram reels or videos that she posts. It just looks like that. She's looking at someone in most of her dancing videos. And I remember this being a huge concern for people either earlier in the year or late last year. People were saying that there was someone standing behind the camera telling her what to do just by her facial reactions and stuff like that. And 3, why is her dad, her sister, and her sister's husband, aka brother-in-law, all named Jamie?
That's weird. Ew, wait, Jamie Lynn married a guy named Jamie?
Yep.
Ew.
And her dad's name's Jamie. I'm just like, that is way too many Jamies. Like, that's suspicious right there.
Jamie Gate confirmed.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
So what happens next? So they had this hearing or...
Yeah, I mean, next, I don't think that the judge ruled anything from what I saw. So I think it's just kind of still up in the air, honestly. Like, man, but she's 39 years old. She's been under this for years. She's got kids. She's got a boyfriend. Like, man, it's just, my heart breaks for her. She says that they make her take, like, they force her on these medications that just don't agree with her body. And like that she just, like, psychiatric meds are like, I mean, wonderful. They can be wonderful things and help people a lot. Like, I'm not speaking ill on meds. I love my meds. But like, if it's something that someone's forcing you to take and that doesn't like not the right formula for you, then that's not cool, man.
Yeah, I think I heard some part of it where she was mentioning that she only takes her meds with one person at a specific time. But her family members or like some other people within that circle were talking about like, oh, yeah, she doesn't take her meds or anything. And she's like, how would they even know that?
Right.
They're not even around for that. But I mean, when it comes to like, if they were to rule this based off of her like mental state and then say that she needs to be continued, this needs to continue to happen. I don't know how it works. Yeah. I feel like that would be unfair because from what I understand, or like in my opinion, that life that she's been living and how close her family has been to like pretty much managing and running her life, particularly her father, I feel that would be part of the cause as to why she might be going through any sort of, mental issues.
I completely see what you're going for. Like, I mean, the fact that she's being controlled is probably a huge stressor on her life. Yeah. And it probably negatively affects her mental health like it would for anybody. So yeah, I hope they don't use that against her. But I mean, a conservatorship is supposed to be for somebody who can't make their own decisions, who can't speak for themselves. And she can obviously do those things. So yeah. So hashtag free Britney.
Yes, I'm just glad her boyfriend has stuck by her through all of this because I feel like if she didn't have him, then who knows what she would be going through.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty solid from what I've seen. So We love you, Britney.
Actually, when I was a kid, I used to have, you ever remember those like little, like, they weren't like Tamagotchis or like, those, like, it was like a little disc that you would put in this little player that you get like a McDonald's
and
or
it
something.
only plays like 2 songs. I had that too, and it was Britney and NSYNC.
Yeah, mine was Britney too.
Yeah,
it was the one where she was like in the moon or something on the moon.
Yeah, oops, I did it again, boy. Come on.
Hi, I'm Haley the Brave, teacher and mom by day, cosplayer and pop culture junkie by, well, also by day. I'm obsessed with all things fandom and I love to talk about it. So join me and some of my friends as we geek out about TV, movies, music, and all the awesome things that make life worth living. Listen to my podcast, 30, Nerdy, and Thriving, available now on all major streaming platforms.
Okay, I have a challenge for you two. So, as we've spoken about on the podcast before, I can't watch a movie if the dog dies. If I'm watching a horror movie with my husband and a dog shows up, I immediately have to pause it, go to doesthedogdie.com and see what their fate is, either so I can feel comfortable watching the rest of the movie or close my eyes when needed or just not watch the rest of the movie. So I have a little quiz for you two, and it is the Does the Dog Die Pop Culture Junkie quiz. So I'm going to name some movies. I'm going to give you the tagline, maybe a brief synopsis of what the movie's about, and you got to tell me if you think the dog dies or not, right?
Okay, are we going like back and forth like we did our last trivia game where you just asked us a specific person? Okay.
We are going to go back and forth. I do have a tiebreaker question just in case. The winner gets a puppy.
Oh my gosh.
You're lying.
I'm lying.
Aww.
Wow.
I'll send the winner a cute picture of my dog on Snap or on text or something.
Fair enough.
I'll probably send it to both of you because she's really cute, but that's fine. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole. Oh, and by the way, I'm not doing any softball things here. We're not going to do like John Wick or something where like the movie revolves around the dog dying. Like,
okay.
Like, what's that movie that everyone cries at?
Marley and Me?
There you go. Yeah, I'm not like that's too simple. Okay.
Yes.
All
Don't
right.
watch that days before you put your dog down.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicole, the film is Twister. The tagline is, if you can hear it, it's already too late. It's a movie about a tornado.
Yes, yes.
Does the dog live? Does the dog die?
I've seen the movie like once. Don't remember a thing about it except for it's about a tornado given the title.
Okay.
So I'm going to say yes.
Yes, what?
The dog dies.
The dog lives in Twister.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's good to know.
To be fair, there's a tornado ripping through the city. Maybe a dog dies in this.
Okay.
But
so
not on screen.
Not the main one. I got you.
Ooh, all right. Alex, are you ready?
I hope so.
Whew. All right. This movie is called Crawl. Came out in the past at least 2 years. Huge storm hits a house or a city in Florida, I believe. Huge hurricane. The basement floods. The dad is trapped and the daughter has to save him. There's a dog in the house. There's a huge alligator. Tagline is, if the storm doesn't get you, they will. Does the dog live or die, Alex?
Let's see. Did the dog hear it before it came?
Can't tell you.
I was going to say, we can ask questions.
I'm going to say that the dog died.
The dog lives.
That's good. That's good.
The alligator does not eat the dog.
All these
Crawl.
movies pass Shauna's checklist.
Not all of them. You'll see.
Well, the ones you've said so far.
Oh, yeah, this is true. Crawl is actually kind of a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. All right. Ooh, you guys are sucking at this so far. All right, Nicole. This movie is called The Conjuring. There have been many sequels, but I am talking about the first one.
Okay.
Okay. The tagline is Evil loves innocence. Does the dog die, Nicole?
Oh, God, I've seen this movie. I love scary movies.
Do you like scary movies?
I do.
What's your favorite? Okay, I'm sorry. You probably don't know that reference. Go ahead. Does the dog die in Conjuring?
I'm going to say yes, just because the past two have been no. Yes, the dog dies.
Ding, ding, ding. The dog dies in The Conjuring, unfortunately. Wah, wah. All right.
Way to say it. Ding, ding, ding. The dog.
Ding, ding, ding. The dog dies. Oh, no. Any dogs listening, I love you, and I really don't want any of you to die. Okay. All right, Alex. Nicole is up. Are you ready?
Yep.
The movie is called The Mountain Between Us. It stars Idris Elba and Kate Winslet. They get a small charter plane with a pilot and a golden retriever. The plane crashes in the wilderness, and they are chased by cougars and need to survive. The tagline is, what if your survival depended on a stranger?
I'm going to say that the dog lived.
The dog does live in that movie. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
And actually, that was part of the ad campaign because some of the commercials had the dog in it. And no one was seeing this movie because they were afraid that the dog was going to die. So they released a commercial for the movie that said, spoiler, the dog lives.
Oh.
That's cool.
All right. So you guys are tied up. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Nicole. The movie is called Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. They didn't learn their lesson from the first Jurassic Park, and there are still dinosaurs. Okay. Tagline is, life finds a way. Does the dog live? Does the dog die?
I don't know. Sure. Yes, the dog lives.
The dog dies in that movie. Okay. A dinosaur eats the dog.
Good to know.
Oh, no. I watched it not too long ago, and I thought the dog died, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, like there's a dinosaur like ravaging the city somehow.
Okay.
And it eats a dog.
Wait, it's in the city?
Yeah, it like the dinosaurs go from the park to like a town. Mm-hmm. It's like that movie We're Back where all the dinosaurs are like singing and dancing down the street. Do you guys remember that movie when we were kids? Anyway.
No, I know Barney.
It's basically like Barney except for dogs are eaten. Okay. So, Alex, your turn.
All right.
What's the score right now?
I think it's still 1-1.
Yeah, it's still tied.
Okay. All right. The movie is Amityville Horror, the 2005 version, starring Ryan Reynolds. Wait, I gotta give you the dramatic tagline.
He's ready.
I'm sorry, I don't even know the answer.
The dramatic tagline is, "For God's sake, get out!" Does the dog live or die, Alex?
The dog lives. Oh.
That dog, trigger warning, gets killed with an axe.
Oh, man.
So I'm not going to watch that movie. So, yeah, that dog
Maybe
did.
I should have let you do the synopsis before
right? It's a guy in a house, and he murders his family. There you go. Yeah, the dog dies. All right. Ooh, what's the score now?
1-1.
Is it 1-1?
Yep.
Ooh, okay. I only have one question left. So it's Nicole's turn. If she gets this right, she wins.
Okay.
If she gets this
Alex
right,
wins.
She wins. If you get it wrong, I'll pull another movie out of my ass. We can ask Alex. All right. Nicole, this movie is called The Meg. It is about the megalodon shark. The dramatic tagline is, before chasing sea monsters, check your place on the food chain. There's a dog in the movie.
Well, I would assume so.
Does it live? Spoiler, there's a dog. Does it live or does it die?
Can you repeat the synopsis? Can I ask that question?
There's a giant shark called the Megalodon.
Okay.
And it's being studied and followed by a group of shark people.
Okay.
There's a dog there.
I'm gonna say
the
dog.
shark is angry, by the way. It's like a big shark, and it's arr.
And these aren't actually shark people. They're just people that like sharks.
I mean, they're like shark explorers, right? Is that a thing?
Sure.
People who are listening who actually have that job are like, Shauna, no. Shark scientists, marine biologists. There you go.
Okay.
Got you. They bring a dog along. Does it die?
I'm going to say the dog lives.
Ding, ding, ding. The dog lives.
Whoa.
So you think that the dog gets eaten by a shark in the movie, the title shark, the Meg. And then if you stay for the very end of the movie, you see the dog swimming away happily, and it does not die. Good job, Nicole.
Nice.
Woo!
Thanks.
Yeah.
Prepare
I
your
redeem myself from the Friends one.
right. Prepare
Yeah.
your texts for a cute picture of my dog Buffy.
I can't wait.
She's very excited. Well, that does it for another stupendous, spectacular, sensual, soup-filled episode of Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. Where can the people find y'alls?
You can find me, Alex, at ALCASNUN on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me, Nicole, on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge. Try and get me to 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm at 90 right now, not that far along. And you can find me on Twitter at NAEldridge14.
I thought you were going to say, like, I'm at 990, guys. Come on, put me over the edge.
I'm at like 95.
You can find me, Shauna Trinidad, at Shauna Trinidad, SHAUNATRINIDAD, on Instagram and on Twitter. The Twitter and the Instagram. We love you, Haley. We miss you. We will see you soon. Make sure everybody listening follows us, the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. You can find us at popculturejunkie.com. And there you can find all the different places that you can like, subscribe, download, review the podcast. We are everywhere that podcasts are featured. Please also follow us on Instagram at pop.culturejunkies and join our Facebook discussion group called Pop Culture Junkie Support Group, where we are talking about memes, news, silly stuff, everything you might need. No dead dogs guaranteed. All right. We will see you all next week.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group. All rights reserved.